Today is all about Tottenham and Thomas Frank's system. After a great start against Burnley in the Premier League, I've decided it's time to remake their system inside of FM24. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, but as always, comment below the next manager you want to see remade in the Premier League. Let's get into it, and yeah, up the Tottenham. So then, people, let's start off with Tottenham Hotspur, where we go on to have a fantastic season. Now, today, we have got three tactics: a default tactic, an attacking tactic, and a defensive tactic. You are going to need all three, so make sure you are going over and getting all three, or copying all three, because that is how we do test on this channel. Now, majority, I want to say 80% of the games were all went into on the default version with Tottenham Hotspur, because they are that sort of top 6, top 4 team inside this game. Now, it was a great season. FA Cup champions 3-2 over Manchester United. Champions League winners 3-1 over Barcelona. Champions League winners over Barcelona. Crazy, I know, it's happened. And also Premier League winners. Now, I will say, the Carabao Cup wasn't bad, but we don't win the Carabao Cup. We are going to lose, sadly, against Arsenal, which is a real kick in the teeth. But in terms of the Premier League, yes, it wasn't perfect. We drew 6 games, we lost 2 games as well. But at the end of the day, we still had quite a good point advantage over Man City, who, of course, are going to be in second place. A couple of things to bear in mind. I did lock in Kudus. I did lock in Tell, because I really like those players in this game. And if I was playing this as a personal save, I would do the same as well. We are going to therefore see Tell with the most goals. We are going to see Kudus with the most assists. Maddison 3 behind him, Brennan Johnson 5 behind him, and when it comes to the goalkeeper situation, we're nowhere near rank 1, but we are going to slot in at 4th place. Now, this team were absolutely incredible on the attack. Most goals, most shots, fewer shots against. Possession, we're not too competitive in, I'm not going to lie to you. Defensively, we are incredibly competitive. 3rd place there, joint with Arsenal when it comes to the clean sheets. And when it comes to the conceded, we are going to be just 2 goals conceded, not clean sheets, behind Man City. So, overall, a very, very strong performance. As I said, pass completion, also not going to be too competitive in, but we're a team that defended really, really well and outscored the opposition by, you know, close to 30 goals. So, a very, very strong season from this Tottenham Hotspur team, resulting in 2.89 goals a game, 0.61 conceded, a good amount of shots per game. There were certain elements of risks being taken with that pass, so, you know, the pass completion isn't going to be perfect, but at the end of the day, the results are. So, we nearly won the quadruple with Tottenham with no extra signings apart from the real-life ones. So, yeah, I can't complain. And this game can show the use of variance, because we do go 1-0 down, and this was the 20% of the games where I did have to change the variance. So I went up to the attacking variant after going 1-0 down, because I don't want to get to a Champions League final and not win it. And the second we done that, we actually scored 2 goals. You can see there by the timer as well. 2 goals in about 50 seconds. So that attack and switch was, well, quite simply a miracle. I then went back down to the balance because I didn't want to overcommit too much. And luckily for us, we defended very, very well. And we actually had a bit of a counter-attack in the 90th minute, where we do, of course, go and beat Barcelona 3-1. That's why you use the variants. And now over to your favourite part of the video, that is going to be the tactic breakdown. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. As always, if you do enjoy rebuilds, make sure you are coming over to Daily Josh. The support has been unbelievable recently, and we are posting a realism Tottenham rebuild the day after this goes up, using the tactics and trying to win them the Premier League and the Champions League multiple times across the 5-year period. So make sure you are going and getting involved. Now, to make this tactic, all you want to do is create your own style and load in, well, you guessed it, a 4-3-3. So let's go and load it in, and let's get talking right now. So this tactic, number 1, defends well. Number 2, exceptional on the break. Number 3, does require 3 tactical variants. So we're going to break down the default, then the attacking, then the defensive. Then I will show you what happens when you use the attacking version with a powerhouse and the defensive one with an underdog team, because the results are mind-blowing. Now, the goalkeeper is going to be a sweeper keeper, simply on support with no custom added instructions. Going over to the back 2 centre-backs. On the left-hand side, we are going to use a central defender on the cover player role, and he is going to be told to stay wider alongside of close down less and also mark tight. On the right-hand side, we are going to use a ball-playing defender on defend, who will be told to simply mark tight and also tackle harder. So already seeing a nice mixture mixture of different player roles coming in. Now, when it comes to the left back, we are going to use a wing back on support. Typically in the game, this was going to be Udogie, always gets the game time in this match engine, this game, whatever you want to say. He's going to be told to cross more often, alongside of crossing from the byline and also staying wider, to really just be that option out wide, you know, because he will push up, and of course telling him to stay wide will help out a lot when you are building that ball up the field. The right back is going to be an inverted wing back on support, and he is going to be told to do multiple things. Number 1, take more risks. Number 2, dribble more. Number 3, get further forward. So it's actually quite an attack and back line. Despite not even being on the attack and variant yet, we're not afraid to get the wing backs up, whether they're inverted or not inverted. Going up to the midfield, we are going to use a DM on defend, as the game actually gives us, and he is going to be told to do quite a fair few things. Number 1, take fewer risks. Number 2, tackle harder. Number 3, mark tighter. So very, very good. This is an option which I don't feel you can change, because we do have a bit of an attack and back line. So that is why I will always say this option in midfield, if you don't have to change it, don't change it. And if you are going to change it, the only suitable change would be to another full-on defensive position. Next to him, we are going to use a Mazzala, who is simply going to be set to support. And this player is just going to have one additional instruction. That is going to be taking more risks, because he essentially is our playmaker. I do want to quickly say at this part of the video, if you were interested in getting all of these wonderful perks, it does include my entire year's worth of tactics. Obviously, these 3 today. All of my tactics on console and on mobile. All of my rebuild save files. Custom Wonder Kid shortlists, challenge save files, one-on-one tactical help, ad-free viewing, early access, Patreon exclusive tactics, and so much more. You can come and check out the Patreon and be part of a team of close to 6,000 people. The biggest community off of YouTube you will find. So make sure you are going over and not missing another day. Next to him on the right-hand side of the midfield, we are going to use a box-to-box, who is going to come in on support, and he will be told to do these things. Number 1, shoot less. Number 2, get forwards. Number 3, move into the channels. And lastly, tackle harder. So do you know what? Between this midfield 3, we actually have got a lot going for us in terms of the attacking side of the game. We've got a box-to-box that will go up and down. We've got a Mazzala that is dedicated to, obviously, well, create. And we've got a DM that is designed to protect the back line. Now, going up to the front 3, because it is very simple to copy, we are going to use a default attacking pressing forward. On the left-hand side, we are going to use an inside forward on attack. Of course, no Heung-min Son anymore, but they have got players that can cut in and also take the role of shooting more, alongside of sitting narrow and also roaming from the position. On the right hand side, we are going to use an inverted winger, who is going to come in on attack, and he will be told to take more risks, alongside of cross more, roam, and also stay wider. So you do get a nice mixture with this tactic, to be honest with you. You get a nice inverted option on the right, you get a mixture on the left, you get a good mixed midfield, some attack and some defensive, a hybrid role in the box-to-box, and a nice variety of player roles as well. Now, we are going to go up from balance to positive to make that very, very clear. In possession, we are going to go all the way up to fairly wide. Pass into the space, encourage Udogie by overlapping on the left-hand side. Playing out from the back, utilising mixed crosses, and they do get the ball in quite a fair bit, so I actually went with hit early crosses because it worked really well in this game and does replicate them in real life. We're going to be more expressive, operate with a higher tempo, and the passing is actually up by 1 to slightly more direct. In transition is going to be the top 2 of counter press and counter, while playing to the entire back line and taking short goal kicks. And lastly, out of possession, we are going to deploy the high press with the higher defensive line, trap outside, prevent, and a maxed out trigger press to much more often. And that is going to give you your balanced default version tactic that of course was used with Tottenham Hotspur for pretty much all of the games. But now, the attacking version, designed for if you're chasing a game or if you're playing as a powerhouse team in this wonderful game. So, there are some changes, and I'm going to explain them. Now, you might think, Josh, what is actually changed? It looks very, very similar. And it somewhat is, but there are minor changes. So, the first one, we're going from positive to attacking. So, make sure you make that twitch right now. The back 3, including the goalkeeper, central defender, and also right centre-back, are going to be the same. The inverted wing-back is going to remain the same as well, as does the left back as well. Where things get a bit different, a bit spicy, we are going to introduce a DLP, more progressive passer, more direct passers, tackle harder, and also mark tighter. The box-to-box does remain the same. The Mazzala goes to attack. The players on the wide areas are going to remain the same, as does the pressing forward, so the real core change in this team is actually done with these two player roles in midfield. In possession, we are going to go up by 1 to fairly wide. We're now going to overlap and also encourage an underlapping run on the right-hand side, while still passing into the space, playing out from the back, hitting the early crosses, with mixed crosses selected, being more expressive, and there's no reason to change the tempo or the passing directness. In transition, very similar, but this time to the entire back line, while distributing quickly, countering, and also, of course, having the counter press. And we did leave a little bit of room to do this. We are now going to use the much higher defensive line, trap outside, get stuck in, prevent, and a maxed out trigger press to much more often. That is going to give you the attacking version. Now for the defensive. This is perfect for underdog teams, or if you're defending a game out, say 1-0, 2-0, you want to reserve energy, play a lower tempo, this is where you come in. So the goalkeeper is simply going to be a sweeper keeper on support. The central defender, 2 instructions on cover, close down and mark tight. On the right hand side, ball playing defender on defend, 2 instructions, mark tight and also tackle harder. An inverted wingback on defend now on the right-hand side, and a wingback on defend on the left-hand side. So a very reserved and not really attacking-minded back four. The DM remains the same as what he has been in the default version. The box-to-box, 2 instructions now opposed to a variety. Shoot less and also tackle harder. No, get further forwards. The Mazzala goes back to support on take more risks, and we are then going to have 2 sort of very similar roles but a little bit different on the instructions. So on the right, an inverted winger on support on roam and stay wider. On the left, an inside forward on support on roam and also sit narrow. And the pressing forward simply is going to be on support opposed to attack. We are now going to talk about team instructions. Firstly, mentality. Balanced is going to be the choice. We are going to keep the attack and width because we do require it. We are still going to keep the mixed crosses. We're going to leave this blank though. We're going to have no overlapping runs or underlapping. Simply play out from the back. Be more disciplined, time wasting all the way up. Now, if you're going into a game from minute 1 with this, you wouldn't time waste. If you are time wasting, you would have it on. So that is completely down to your game scenario. The tempo in the middle, but the passing all the way down, which naturally brings that tempo down to slightly lower. In transition, counter press, hold the shape, slow the pace down, and play to the entire back line while taking short goal kicks. And lastly, out of possession, the standard defensive line, the high press, more often on that trigger press, and also trap outside. And that is going to give you not 1, not 2, but 3 versions of Thomas Frank's realism. Now do stick around because you have to see how these tactics perform with the attacking, and the defensive, because the results are mind-boggling. Tottenham was just the beginning. With PSG, apart from the Champions League, because Tottenham were absolutely crazy, we're going to win the treble. I mean, come on. The Trophée des Champions, we are going to win that 6-0 over Marseille. The French Cup, we are going to win 9-0 over Lyon. And in fact, I'm going to go back to this because I brushed over it. 6-0 against Marseille is some scoreline. They've got a very good bunch of players, so that's impressive. The league was even more impressive. We only lost 1 game. I mean, we have got 3 of our players in the top goal scoring ranks. We have got 1 off being the most clean sheets in the league. We've got Dembele, Vitinha, Kvaratskhelia in the assists, and yes, I know it is PSG, but it still doesn't take away that it's a remarkable season. With the most goals, the most shots, I mean, that is a ridiculous amount of goals above Marseille in second place. The fewest conceded by 10, clean sheets, we are going to win that as well. Possession, semi-competitive with 56%. And the pass completion will not be on there. And why am I showing you a negative? So you can understand that this tactic is not designed for possession or, pass completion. It's there to soak up the pressure, go and counter. We're not afraid to be a bit more direct. And playing this way resulted also in close to 5 goals a game, over 25 shots a match, a good amount of goals conceded in terms of hardly any, and all this done while keeping a pretty solid tackle-win ratio, which is you know, some say a pointless stat line. I beg to differ. Trophy de Champion is going to be a serious game. I mean, that is some goal to score. What have I just seen? The match engine's brilliant, guys. I mean, what is that? Kvaratskhelia down the left-hand side, taking on his man, back inside, into Fabian, driving in the box, and that's more like it. A good, well-crafted goal to make it 2 in 31 minutes. And this is where the game was lost for them, really, because they allowed us to go through and score 2 goals in pretty much 3 or 4 minutes. Now, it's sensational movement, sensational play between Kvaratskhelia and Kolo Muani, and we are going to go again. Yeah, about 3 minutes after, 2 minutes after. Emery into Fabian, into Kvaratskhelia, a little, oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful from Kvaratskhelia, the little shimmy in there through to Kolo Muani, and that is going to be a 4-0 advantage, and I mean, yeah, it just carries on. Marco picks up the ball here, plenty of space for Vitinha, Dembele, I mean, come on. Marseille they're no mugs, okay? They're a great team, and we are making them look like, well, we're making it look like a Sunday League team. We are playing, what is he done there? Awful from him. Dembele through into Ramos. That is more like it. Yeah. Download the tactic, guys. What are you doing? Lastly, and some may say the most impressive set of results because it's the underdog, and a lot of people believe that the small tests, the smaller teams, are the real statement of a tactic, and, well, I guess I've made a statement today. We are going to win at the Bundesliga with Union Berlin and the Pokal on penalties. Now, I'll be honest, the Pokal was not pretty. We scraped our way to the final and then scraped our way past the final, but we did win it. The league, however, I am happy with because although we didn't win every game, is not to be expected, we do have players all over the gaff, you know. Defensively, big thumbs up. I hope we are going to be the best defensive team in the entire German league. That is incredible. Possession, I don't care about. Goals, we are somehow rank 1. I will take that over FC Bayern, and that is a perfect season for a team that aren't bad, but are predicted to finish in 11th place. So, definitely cast as an underdog. Above 3 goals a game, 0.59 conceded, a few less shots than usual because we are a lot more defensive, but it goes to show, tactical variants are everything. Defensive, balanced, attacking, they've paid off again. I'll see you in the next one. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your wonderful day. Goodbye.